Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. Did y'all have a good Thanksgiving? Ready for Christmas? All right, I'm Sarah Benson. This is Doug, my husband, and we're going to start us off with a couple of songs. I invite you to stand if you'd like.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright.
You guys sound beautiful this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bears were singing with us. That's great.
Okay, we're going to do I Am Remembering Who I Am, the round. So that side of the room, you all sing with Doug, and this side could sing with me, and we'll start just off together once through. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. Once again. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. One more time. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. One more time. I am remembering who I am. That's pretty.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm your board president, Deborah Taylor Russell. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. Welcome to anyone visiting for the first time Please help yourself to a packet of information. There's a gift certificate in there to our bookstore as well. Fill it out. Fill out the front form with an email to get our email newsletter list. Be sure to read the newsletter. Welcome to those watching online. Remember, hug on the Care Bears. This is a unity project, and we are helping to infuse the bears with love. Please leave them behind at the end of the service. Coats are still being collected to be taken to the Community of Hope for those in need. If you have any coats to repurpose, they can go into our red Love Wins can. It has already been filled once. Anyone who can deliver them to the Community of Hope, please let us know too. Thanks, Doug. Next Sunday, on December 8th, we will celebrate our CSL birthday here in Las Cruces, as well as have our December potluck. And there will be 100 holiday cards to sign as a service project to be given to the folks at Las Cruces Village Long-Term Care, Skilled Nursing Residents, Assisted Living Residents, and Foster a Senior Program. Looking into the new year, we have some wonderful speakers and events coming to our center. A class on Buddhism. Brian Lotman with an Awakening Higher States of Consciousness meditation. And Celia with her music and message on a Sunday. And a sound healing experience after the service in February. Armand and Angeline back with new music for a magical musical comedy concert the end of March. As well as next Sunday, we will be honoring Teresa Valenzuela. So there's a card right outside the sanctuary. Feel free to sign it and leave her some love. She's done an awful lot for this center for a lot of years. So I'd really like to send her off with a big hug. And now we're excited that our new admin and building coordinator, Megan Long, has started. She will come to a Sunday celebration in January to officially meet everyone, but you're welcome to drop by during office hours and introduce yourself. Please note that the office hours will change starting December 9th. Monday and Wednesday, 12:30 to 4:30, and Tuesday and Thursday, 9 to 1. And, where is she? Beth? Would you please come up here? We're excited to welcome Beth back as a practitioner.
Oh, wow.
She has reinstated her practitioner license. So she gets her stole. Beth. And her name tag. She gets to be called Beth again.
Thank you.
There you go. Congratulations. Thank you. And now Reverend Bonnie. I think you know her.
Thank you. Thank you. So good morning. Yes, we're very excited to have Beth back on board. She moved back to town and we got her reinstated. So we're grateful for that. And I saw people asking what's happening with Teresa. So just so you know, she is working remotely with a community that is part Spanish language, part English language, which has been her dream. That's where she's going to be providing practitioner service. And she's stepping out of the bookstore, and we are grateful that Kayanne is stepping into that role. So we want to thank Teresa for all the years that she served us here. But I don't know that she will show up for that final project if you all tell her. So shh, just sign the card and be here to celebrate with her next week. She's on there? No, I don't think she is. Nope. Yeah, we're pretty sure. Okay, so anyway, now I'm putting on the practitioner hat. We believe in the power of prayer, which we call spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer. So there are prayer requests in the back of the seats that you can fill out and drop in the offering plate as you leave the sanctuary. Or you can use the prayer request button that is on our website. It is confidential to whichever practitioner gets them. They're the only one that reads them. We just put your name in a category and we pray on those with you for 2 weeks with our 4 local New Thought communities. On Tuesday afternoons, we all get together and pray together and support you with prayer. And if you would like a quick treatment after the service, now Beth is in service again. She's got her stole on, and I don't see, Judy is on the internet because her car battery didn't start this morning. So, hey, Judy. So I don't know if you can stick around and do anything over Zoom or not. But please know that we're here to pray with you. You can call them as well, and I believe we can give you their phone numbers from the office if you need prayer support. There are also gratitude cards in the back of the chairs. We always love to hear how Spirit is showing up in your life, so fill one of those out, and we celebrate that with you as well on Tuesday afternoons when we all get together. So now it is time for song, silence, and prayer.
I am surrounded by love. I am surrounded by love. I am surrounded by love. Love is who I am. I am supported by love. I am supported by love. I am supported by love. Love is who I am. This love won't let me fall. This love won't let me fall. This love won't let me fall. Love is who I am. I am a part of this love. I am a part of this love. I am a part of this love. Love is who I am. This love is who I am.
Love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is the God energy that expresses in and through each one of us. And so as we center into that love, we open our hearts and minds to this morning's celebration, to the message, to the music, and to each other. And with deep gratitude, we know that this time together is blessed. And so it is. So I'm doing the reading this morning, and it's from Ernest Holmes' what they call Sermon by the Sea at Asilomar. And he gave this sermon on Saturday, August 15th, 1959. I always love to think, 1 year before I was born. But this is one of the more famous of his talks, and they've printed it for people, and there's a lot in here. Of course, I'm not going to read you the entire talk, or that would be my talk. But I wanted to read a few things from what he had to say. And he starts off with, "Our religion is not something to be lived merely here at Asilomar, as much inspiration as we receive from it, but rather to take the consciousness which we have arrived at here back with us into whatever activities we may be engaged in." Further on, he says, "Everything that lives proclaims the glory of God. Every person who exists manifests the life of God. There is one spirit in which we live, one mind by which we think, one body of which we are a part, and one light that lighteth everyone's pathway. Having had the privilege of starting religious science, I would wish, will, and desire above all things else that the simplicity and purity of our teaching could never be violated. There is a purpose of simplicity, a consciousness of unity, a straight line thinking in our philosophy that has never appeared before in the world outside of the teachings of men like Jesus and Emerson. Further on, he says, it would be my desire that simplicity and purity and directness, that straight thinking, should never depart from the teachings of our practitioners or instructors, of our teachers, or understanding of our lay people. It is the most direct impartation of divine wisdom that has ever come into the world because it incorporates the precepts of Jesus and Emerson and Buddha and all the rest of the wise. And I would desire that in our teachings there would never be any arrogance, for it always indicates spiritual immaturity to me. Others will arise who will know more than we do. They won't be better or worse. They will be different and know more than we do. Evolution is forward. We have rediscovered that which the great, the good, and the wise have sung about and thought about, the imprisoned splendor within ourselves and within each other, and have direct contact with it. Whether we call it the Christ in us, or the Buddha, or Atman, or just the Son of God, the living Spirit, makes no difference. You and I are witness to the divine fact, and we have discovered an authority beyond our minds, even though our minds utilize it. Out of this, we have prepared ourselves, I think, I hope, I pray, and believe. Several pages later. If you can ever see the whole thing, it's worth reading. He goes into a series of find me one person who stands for something or does something. So I'm just going to read a few of those. Find me one person who is for something and against nothing, who is redeemed enough not to condemn others out of the burden of his or her soul, and will find another Savior, another Jesus, and I will find another Savior, another Jesus, an exalted human being. Find me one person who no longer has any fear of the universe, or of God, or of man, or of anything else, and you will have brought to me someone in whose presence we may sit, and fear shall vanish as clouds before the sunlight. Several more. Find me one person who can get his own littleness out of the way, and he shall reveal to me the immeasurable magnitude of the universe in which I live. So there's several more of those, and he concludes then by saying, now what does this all mean? I'm talking about you and myself when I say find me a person. I don't mean to go over to Rome or London or back to your own church. The search is not external. All of these people I've been talking about have no existence as such other than as fragments or figments of my own imagination until they are finally centered in our own soul. Then this guest for whom we are looking will be the self, redeemed from the lesser self. This is the very interesting thing, for nature is foolproof, and when the fruit is ripe, it will fall. When the kingdom of God is perceived, it will be experienced simultaneously, instantaneously, and in its entirety. But all of these people exist in us. And so it is.
All right. Doug Adams is here today. He's going to do the special music, so welcome him.
There's a certain kind of gift I'm looking for. I'm looking for this Christmas. There's a certain kind of gift I'm looking for. I'm looking for this Christmas. A gift of grace to fill this place like a choir, like the sun that shines for everyone. There's a certain kind of gift, a certain kind of joy I'm looking for. I'm looking for this Christmas. There's a certain kind of joy I'm looking for. I'm looking for this Christmas. A joy that runs deep, awake or asleep, like the roots of a tree your eyes may never see. There's a certain kind of love I'm looking for. I'm looking for this Christmas. There's a certain kind of love I'm looking for. I'm looking for this Christmas. A love I can feel, a love that can heal. If I go deep inside, I find love for the whole world wide. There's a certain kind of gift I'm looking for. I'm looking for this Christmas. There's a certain kind of gift I'm looking for. I'm looking for this Christmas.
Thank you. It's so fun to have him joining us so often. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Well, you already know I'm Reverend Bonnie, the community spiritual leader here at the center. That's always how I end up starting these talks. So good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
We've started a new month, December 1st, right now today. And I don't know whether you already know that this month's topic is called Sticking the Landing. A few weeks ago, Sarah and I looked at each other and went, what does that mean? And most of us have not gotten our Science of Mind magazines, and that usually gives me a hint. So they're still behind in getting those out to us, so you're not the only one if you haven't gotten yours. Fortunately, when Sarah and I were going, somebody standing near us, I don't remember who it was, said, oh, when you do gymnastics, was it her? Yay! When you do gymnastics and you do all that tumbling and everything, and then bam, you end up and your feet stay in one place, that's called sticking the landing. So that's the focus this month, of course, used as a metaphor for us to think about how it is and what it is we might be sticking the landing to or for this month. So with December, there's a lot of things going on, as you probably already know. There's all kinds of holidays, festivals, celebrations, and these often include family gatherings, friends, food, fellowship, and sometimes even travel. And this year, Christmas Day is the first day of Hanukkah. They coincide with each other. And so, as I was thinking about all these different holidays and this idea of sticking the landing, I started thinking, well, is it sticking the landing if I take a stand for Christmas only and say Merry Christmas and refuse to say Happy Holidays or anything else? Would Ernest Holmes support only saying Merry Christmas? Do you think even Jesus, whose birth we're supposed to be celebrating, would support us in refusing to acknowledge other people and their beliefs? No. Ernest Holmes, if you read a lot of him and what you heard in the Sermon by the Sea, studied many sacred writings, and he said, we gain tremendous spiritual inspiration from them all. And as you heard, he takes divine wisdom from all of them. In the Science of Mind text, he said this on page 67. If we were to examine the basic principles of the religions of the world, we would find a great similarity. Each points to the one central life from whose self-existence all draw their livingness, and without which nothing could exist. And then he says, in many respects, the Christian Bible is the greatest book ever written and does truly point a way to eternal values. But it is only one, and he capitalized the word one explanation, and cannot be considered the only light on religion. For there are many others whose combined teachings weave the story of truth into a complete and unified pattern. So as we move into the month of many holidays, which is holy days, that's what that originally meant, what are you celebrating this year? And why are you celebrating it? Where and how are you going to stick the landing to whatever it is that you stand for and what it is that you are wanting to land in? How do you want to land? Where do you want to land? For me, I like to stand for our principles because I do believe those principles can be found in many, if not all, of the other teachings. And I seek to remember that those principles are often clothed in a diverse variety of ways. So let's look at just some of what's being celebrated in December. December 8th is Bodhi Day, the anniversary of when the Buddha experienced enlightenment. And like we mentioned, we will be having a class on Buddhism. Thanks to Lori McComber. Come in January. She'll do 5-week series for us. December 21st is Yule, winter solstice, the return of light. December 25th, Christmas. We often refer to that as the birth of the human symbol of light. And the first day of Hanukkah, when you celebrate 8 days of the oil-lasting, giving, and maintaining light for those 8 days. December 26th begins Kwanzaa, an African-American celebration with 7 ways that light is expressed through community and among community members. So as I looked at all of these teachings, what I see is we experience light, we align with the light, we share the light. We are the light, and that is the main focus for most of these celebrations. Ernest Holmes says on 183, thought which is built upon a realization of the divine presence has the power to neutralize negative thought, to erase it, just as light has the power to overcome darkness, not by combating darkness, but by being exactly what it is, light. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. And I remember seeing Michael Beckwith speak once, and he said, when you came into this room and it was dark, because we were in a big convention room where you can't see the outside. He said, nobody took a baseball bat and beat the darkness out of this room. We just turned on the light. And that's what they're talking about here. All we have to do is be the light and bring that light into wherever darkness may be, wherever there might be a need to see more clearly. And we have brought that light in without needing to be combative or resistant to the darkness or any of those other things. In Matthew, which is the Christian scriptures 5:14-16, Jesus said, you are the light of the world. Let your light shine before others. And what I noticed when I read that again was he didn't say, I am the light of the world. It's you are the light of the world. We all are the light of the world. And so that to me is the role that we play, bringing light into the world. So the principle that we can stand on this month is that we are all the light. And we bring that light, our highest expression of the best self that we are, into whatever situation we go into. Buckminster Fuller said, much like not beating out the darkness, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. When we stop fighting the existing condition, whether our own or the world's, and shift our attention to asking what needs to happen here instead, we open to the infinite intelligence of Spirit. Spirit is continually seeking to express its nature through us. People spend time being anti this, resisting that. It's important to say no to what we don't want to continue, but no is just the starting point. And that for me was like, wow. What a thought, because usually when I say no, I think that's the end of the story. Don't even talk to me. But this person who wrote this said, no is just the starting point. Then what? Ernest invites us to be people who are for something and against nothing. Emma Curtis Hopkins, one of the people that we consider our teacher of teachers, used the idea of denial, saying no to what we don't want, but that is used in conjunction with naming our good, what we do and what we want and what we affirm in statements that move our thinking in the direction that we want to go. So when we are for a new way of being, a new vision, we start building a new model which makes the old way obsolete. So that gave me more to think about when I thought about sticking the landing and the fact that wherever we go, when we shine our light into darkness, we're sticking the landing, we're standing in our principle. When we create new models that make old ones obsolete, to me that's sticking the landing. That's standing in the truth of who we are and what we want to see. It's without resistance, it's not fighting. Now, we can do that, and we can land doing that, but sometimes what happens, what I pictured is then we're a little off balance, off center. And that's when what happens, we've seen it all in gymnastics, they step back, right? You're not supposed to take that step back. You're supposed to keep your feet where they are. But that step back can happen if we're going in there trying to resist and fight and all those other things that we know don't work. So let's consider this from another angle. How many of you have ever said, I can't stand it when something? I can't stand it when that person does this or how they do that. So if I asked you right now to think of something you can't stand, did something pop into your head pretty quick? So I'm going to ask you now, tell me something you can stand. What's something you can stand? Now, what would that mean? Something you value, something you like, something you support, something you stand for. So what's something you can stand? Equal rights for all. There's one. Music. I heard something, but I didn't hear it. Sleep. Somebody's tired. What else? What can you stand? Kindness. Good conversation. Books. Good food. Is that Deb? Yeah. Good. Huh? Breath. Breathing, yes. Beautiful. Well, one of the things that I can stand is peaceful and respectful interactions. I can stand for what our community commitment stands for, because I say this not just here, but I say this in my home, I say this among people. Many times it's in my head to treat each other lovingly, gently, and with respect, whether in each other's presence or not. That's the tricky part. That's the part where if I succeed in that, because that's my goal, then I can go, I'm sticking the landing. I made it. But many times I find myself off balance and I step back into old beliefs, into old ways of thinking, into old ways of reacting or behaving, and sometimes I fall flat down, and we've seen people do that too. So the key then for an athlete or a gymnast is to not berate oneself or lay there on the mat long, but is to get back up, shake it off, and try again. And that is also my goal. So when it comes to social engagements, personal relationships, or a spiritual practice even, when you step back or you've fallen off whatever wagon you're trying to stay on, what do? How do we try again? What does that look like? I always feel like we need to start with going within. That's where I start. I look inside. What happened? What was going on in me when this occurred? What is my part? What did I contribute to this situation? And do I need to apologize, make amends, or repair anything in this situation? My goal is always to reconnect with whatever people were involved in whatever happened. And I spend time, actually I do this, rehearsing in my mind how I could say things differently, how I could have done things differently. And if I get in that situation again, how I want to say things. I hear some people who are amazing at how they word things in interactions with other people. And I try and memorize some of those phrases because I want to be able to talk like that. Because my immediate response is not always so kind and gentle and loving. I'm being honest, and some of you have been privy to that, and I'm very sorry. So I want to be one of those people that can think quickly and have a beautiful way of responding and still expressing what I need to express. Because a lot of, Can we have a class? That would be good. Someone who wants to teach that. I don't know that I'm qualified. Because most of what I'm talking about so far is how I choose to respect others, and I want to treat people lovingly, gently, and with respect. But I also can stand being respected and treated the same. Ernest Holmes says we do not have to make a doormat of ourselves. And I love that. I love that phrase. He said we don't say peace, peace when there is no peace. So we don't put on blinders and just let people walk all over us. So how do I stick the landing when it comes to how people are treating me as well? Once again, I think it's going within. It's getting clear within myself how I'm feeling, what my needs are, and then how to speak those respectfully to someone else. And when necessary, trying again and trying again. Sometimes trying again might look like forgiveness. It might be re-clarifying and stating my needs and desires in a different way. Sometimes it's clarifying my bottom line. Where do I say, okay, I've had enough and I need to walk away to protect myself? And when am I willing to give people another chance? And what does that look like? Trying again. I've come to believe, and I think I've shared this with many of you before, that one of the greatest gifts we can give another person, especially people in our family, is the space to grow up, the space to change and evolve and be different, and to be seen and acknowledged for that growth and that change. I think we all know how it feels when we try and stick that landing with our family and they kind of set us back, treat us like they always have, and they expect us to behave because they knew us when, and they still expect us to behave like that. I think enough heads are nodding that you know what I'm talking about. So how do we stick the landing among our family and stay centered in the adult, spiritually evolved selves that we are? And expect others to do the same and give them the space to do so in their own way. To me, that's the challenge of this month, because so much gathering with family ends up happening in December. Because people get their holidays, they get their time off, and so they want to be together. How do we stick to who we are and acknowledge the changes and growth in those around us? You let me know. Yes. Balance is balance, right. She's saying feeling the earth, attaching, feeling that, and staying grounded. Exactly. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. But perfect, thank you. That's exactly right. It's the balance. When you land in that position and you're in balance, you don't fall back. You don't have that step back or that forward motion sometimes even. So another thing that I can stand, that I try and stand in and for, is responding to and serving and helping other people when I feel called to. So I've had to learn not to just do it when I feel guilty or feel sort of pushed into it or, coerced. I need to feel that tug, and I can't really explain it, but it's like I'm being pushed or pulled in a direction, and then I know that's where I need to go. And this week, I got an email, and I'm sharing this with you to see if any of you feel that you can also help in this situation, if you feel the call. A woman named Antoinette, who works for the Sierra Club, experienced having her attic in the place that she's renting burn. And because of that, she and her 2 children and her boyfriend, 5 cats and 1 dog, have all been needing to find a place to stay. And so there was a call put out to help her and her family in any way that we can. And so I talked to her, and I have 2 bedrooms now that are empty in my house, so it's possible that she and the kids and the boyfriend will be coming. I cannot take cats. She's found places for 3 cats, or 2 cats. She has 3 other cats that need a place to stay until she finds a permanent place. The dog is a German Shepherd Husky. I think we might be able to make it work. We'll see. But anyway, they rallied around her, gave her some money, got her into a hotel, and the place that took the dog as well. So the dog is with her, the boyfriend. The kids are with her ex-husband. He's helping out. But I have to say that's when she started to cry, because she said not having the regular time with her children is the most difficult right now. But she did say to me that so many people have rallied around her so far, and I talked to her, I think, 2 days ago. So it happened Wednesday, and I talked to her within a few days of that. She said she was originally just devastated, and then because of the people that rallied around her, she said, I really believe it's going to be okay. Something's going to work out. And so if you know of any places to rent for a family with creatures and children, please let me know, and I will let her know. I'm just putting that out there. I told her I would let you all know this morning when I did my talk. And she's just grateful for any help. At some point, they may need furniture. She doesn't know the condition of her items because she can't get into the house yet. That housing, insurance, whatever needs her to stay out while they do whatever they do. So she was able to get some clothes. That was it. Anyway, to me, remembering these things that I stand for, what I want to see in the world, in people, that coming together around someone in community, what I want to see and how I want to be, these reminders as I move into this month have been helpful to me, so I hope they've been helpful to some of you. So one last thought as we move into December, this month of many holidays or holy days with travel and reunion and family and friends and lots of food. What happens when I travel is I tend to get out of my usual routine, which includes my usual spiritual practice, which is the balance part that you were talking about. My morning ritual of getting up and having tea or coffee, quiet time, reading, journaling, meditating, praying, all of that time that I spend with myself, if I have to get up and catch a flight or get on the road or I'm at somebody else's house, sometimes I lose sight of that practice that I am used to doing in my own home. And sometimes if someone comes to me, they get up early too, which I'm not used to having in my space first thing. And even though it's lovely to have conversation and drink coffee with someone, it throws me a little bit off balance because I haven't had my alone time. So when this happens, there goes the step back, the potential for being out of balance. So I think it's also important this month to stick the landing by sticking to our spiritual practices, by doing what we do to keep ourselves balanced, to guard and cherish and stand for what we need in regard to that time for ourselves, so then we can stick the landing when we get out into other situations and stay in our principles and stay in balance with others. So I'm going to take you on a little journey now, if you'd like to go there with me. Ernest Holmes talks about creating a mental equivalent, which is our ability to visualize and picture in our own mind or see it in our own mind's eye what it is that we want to experience in the world. So we're going to do the mental equivalent of sticking the landing this holiday season. So if you want to go within and close your eyes, take a moment to do that. Just breathe into your center. And see yourself as you choose to be in the world. See yourself centered, at peace, fun and lovable, full of joy, filled with love. See yourself expressing as your highest, best self, the light that you are, and just spend some time breathing into that vision of yourself. And now imagine yourself in the perfect gymnastics outfit. You are strong and agile, confident, fit, fearless, standing at the edge of the mat, and just breathe into that vision of yourself. And now bringing into your mind's eye some of the experiences you expect to have this month. People you plan to see, to gather with, places you may be planning to go, how you might be planning to get there, or if people are coming to your home, what that might look like. And even if you're going to be in your home alone, what is that going to look like for you? And take some time to just formulate those scenes out on the mat. How they look, how it feels, how it sounds, and even how it smells. What's being cooked? Is there evergreen in the house? Candles burning? And now bring into your mind's eye your favorite spiritual practice, when you do it, what you do, and how it makes you feel when you do it. If it's in the morning, the evening, throughout the day, what do you do to stay centered and grounded? And just see yourself doing that and filling up with spirit as you stand there at the edge of the mat, allowing your best and highest self to fully emerge. Now take a nice deep breath because we're going to put it all together. You're standing there at the edge of the mat in your perfect gymnast outfit. You're centered and grounded. You're shining your light, and you take that hop, that skip, you jump into the air, you twirl around, you triple, whatever they do, and you land right in the middle of that scene of perfect standing the landing. Arms in the air, ta-da! I have stayed grounded, solid, balanced. In the middle of whatever that scene, feel that. Breathe that feeling. See the light shining through you in that place. And take a few moments, if you've got other scenes you need to do that with, do it again. Stand at the edge of the mat and see yourself twirling away through the air and landing that perfect landing in the middle of that scene. Arms raised in the air, ta-da! Feel the universe applauding you. Take a bow. Revel in the feeling of staying balanced and centered wherever you go. And so take a few more deep breaths. Commit that feeling to your memory. Let it be a body memory that you can take with you this month. As you bring your awareness back into this room, feeling the seat underneath you, being aware of the people around you. When you open your eyes, just look at each other, put your arms in the air and say, ta-da! Yeah, you did it. There we are. Perfect. Centered, grounded. And so it is. Great. Okay. So now I'm going to ask practitioners and anyone else who would like to put their energy around this room to support those visions that we just had. I encourage you to take those feelings with you, the vision of yourself as the light in whatever situation you find yourself in. Get clear about what you're really celebrating this month, if you celebrate anything at all. Let your light shine and stick that landing and stand for your truth of being exactly that light that you are. So let's just center in that awareness and that truth, knowing that there is one light, one God, one essence of life that moves in and through each one of us, and also in and through every person we interact with, that we meet, that we see. And we stick the landing when we recognize that truth about them as well as that truth about us. And so we take this feeling of success, of balanced centeredness, of the light just glowing and shining through us. We take it out into the world. We take it into our homes. We take it into whatever situations we go into as guests, as family members, as friends. We take it into our homes. If we're sitting there alone, we can still smile at being centered in the light shining right there for ourselves. And in gratitude, we can give thanks for this awareness of the wholeness that we are, the light that we are, and the joy that we have the ability to bring into the world. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, practitioners and people. Thank you.
This song kind of covers two holidays. Thanksgiving, which we just had, and the solstice, which is coming. Ta-da! I will shine my light on the longest night. I will shine my light, and I am thankful, 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 thankful in the light. When there's trouble on the land and seas, I will be the peace. When there's trouble on the land and seas, I will be the peace. And I am thankful, 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 thankful in the peace. When I don't feel the I will be the love. When I don't feel the love, I will be the love. And I am thankful, 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 thankful in the love. darkest night, I will shine my light. Everybody, thankful, 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 thankful in the light.
I love the way Spirit works. We did not plan that, but that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Beautiful. We can go around singing, I'm thankful, thankful. I like it when there's a song that'll stick with me for the week. So thank you, Doug, for coming again. Thank you, Sarah and Doug, also. Yay, thank you. And thank you to Ken for stepping in as Bob is in California this week. So hello to Bob if he watches this later. And in our thanks, we give thanks by giving and receiving. And this is that opportunity to think about giving back to the center as we continue to do the work that we do here and provide space for all kinds of amazing things to take place here. This month, we are shifting who we are giving 10% to, and it's El Caldito Soup Kitchen. There's their mission. And at special times of the year, like Thanksgiving and Christmas, they put a full-on traditional feast for the folks that need sustenance in our community. So I'm grateful to them, and I'm grateful to be a part as the center to give them 10% of all that comes in this month to support them in that process. So let's say our blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, in me. And yes, we're passing the plate again. Isn't that amazing? It's so nice to be able to do that. It's a sign that we're moving forward beyond the COVID days. So we will sing our song, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And thank you to all of you that bless the plate as well. We just know that that energy goes out there, that love goes out there. And as we fill symbolically the plate, we're filling the space. We're filling ourselves with that love, that flow of good, the support of the source. So we're grateful. We know that everything that comes in is blessed, and we know that it serves the greater community, and it serves the upholding of this center so we can continue to do good in our community. And so because of that, I am exceedingly grateful, and so it is. Thanks, you guys. Thank you.
We're going to do this little light of mine.
All right, perfect. This little
Because
light of
Doug
mine.
likes it.
I love it.
So I invite you to stand if that's comfortable. Yeah.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. God gives me the gift of love, I'm gonna let it shine. God gives me the gift of love, I'm gonna let it shine. new day. I'm gonna let it shine. My gratitude for this new day. I'm gonna let it shine. My gratitude for this new day. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Ta-da! Let it shine. Everybody have a great week. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Right in the back of the